Hello and welcome back everyone in this interactive session of e-learning. Today's session we will study about the different usages of present tenses, and in this session we shall deal about what are the various usages of present tense, its characteristics, what are its usages, where to apply the proper formulas of present tenses. These sections we are going to discuss in a more interesting way in this video. Hope at the end of this lesson you will definitely be able to understand the usages and use a proper structure of present tense while using in the sentences or day-to-day life. Hope so that you will definitely understand some facts.
Begin the chapter for Standard 9 English Grammar, Present Tense, brought to you by Asif sir. Here, before beginning with the present tense, we shall take a look at about what do you mean by tenses. So it will just have a little bit sense regarding what is tense. Look at the word tense is derived from Latin word that is tempus, which means time. Tenses related to the time. So we have learned that there are many actions performed according to the time, and that timing can be present, past or future. And this timing we can express by using the structures of tenses. So we may get to know at what time the action has been completed or going on or will take place in future. So here in short, take a look at about the definition of tense. Tense is the form in which a verb is used to express when an action is, was or were will be performed. Means it will suggest the time of an action. Based on time frame, that is when the action is taking place, we can divide or categorize the tenses into the three parts. This means according to the time frame, we can divide them into the three tenses, that is present tense, past tense and future tense. These are the tenses are used to show the time of an action. In this session, we will totally deal with the present tense and its types, how these types works, what are its usages, structures, and how we can try to utilize in our day-to-day life and structures. Let's take a look at present tense. In the present tense, if you just take a look at the definition of that, the tense which expresses an unchanging, repeated or recurring action or situation that exists only now. It can also represent a widespread truth. Means it just used to focus on these kind of things. Like all other tenses, just like future and past tense, the present tense divided into the four wide categories. Here are some of these words you can focus on to understand better about the present tense. Okay. Then what are its types? Four types of present tenses. Take a look at. First one, present indefinite tense. We call it as simple present. Second, present continuous tense. Third, present perfect. And fourth, present perfect continuous tense. These are the four tenses, so we shall deal one by one into this lesson, their structures, their formation of sentences and the usages. Let's begin with the first one, that is simple present. Now, simple present tense, this is the tense where the verb suggests the action which takes place always. Means this is the tense basically used for showing the time of an action takes place always or in a regular basis. It means in habitual or regular basis, widespread truth, just like the factual truths, the scientific truth, or the universal truths or historical truths, and near future means some of the things that are about to take place in the near future can be expressed using simple present tense. So before learning the usages in detail, let's take a brief look at to the structures of the simple present tense. So it will help you to form the correct tenses or correct sentences. Let's take a look at the structure of simple present tense. First one, subject plus verb, that is a V1, plus yes or yes, plus object if it is there, plus complement if it is required by the sentence. This formula can be applicable for third person singular persons and all other singular subjects. Third person, he, she, it. Third person singular persons and all other singular subjects referred into the sentence can use this kind of a structure to make use of simple present tense. With the help of example, we will try to understand. Example number 1. She dances every day. Look at the subject here. The subject is she. That's a singular third person. Dances. Dance is a main form of verb. Takes yes or es every day. That's a adverb. Second sentence, Kareem goes to school every day. Kareem, singular subject, goes with the verb, goes, add in yes or yes, to the school every day. So this is what a general structure pattern we have for the simple present tense when the subject is singular. Okay. Do not forget, when the subject is third person singular, all singular use yes or yes to the main verb. Okay. Move on the next. Then what about the plural subjects? For plural subjects, we may have this structure. The structure says subject plus V1 form, that is the main form of the verb or the base form of the verb, plus object if it is there into the sentence required, plus complement if it is required. This kind of a structure we can use with the first person singular pronoun, that is I. I is first person singular pronoun and all other plural subjects into the sentences. Do not confuse here. With all plural subjects we use V1 form and with the first person singular pronoun person I. With the example, try to understand. First example, I live in New York. I, first person singular, so it goes with the verb live, that is a base form of the verb live. And second, teachers teach us good values. Teachers teach us good values. Teachers, plural subject, so it takes V1 form. So these are the two structures basically we use while forming the sentences in simple present tense. Now moving to the next, we can just try to understand the usages in which context we have to use simple present tense. Okay, take a look at the usages of this. First, the usages of simple present tense. First one, it is generally used to express the facts. In the sense, with the example understand, a magnet attracts iron fillings. Magnet attracts. Magnets, look at when the sentences are used here, try to understand the structures in these sentences. Singular subject, yes or yes, plural subject, V1 form. It is there or not. You can take a look at and correlate with the sentences along with the usages of the simple present tense. So a magnet attracts iron fillings. Magnet, singular subject, it takes attracts. Yes or yes to the main form of the verb. One more example of the facts. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. These are the examples of facts. Okay. Second usages of simple present tense: repeated actions, customs or beliefs. The actions which are repeated most of the time into day-to-day life, for that we use simple present tense. Take a look at example here. He visits his family every weekend. He visits his family every weekend. Okay, this is repeated actions because every weekend he used to go to his house or meeting his family. But look at to the subject and verb. He, third person singular, so it takes the verb visits, yes or yes to the main form of the verb. Second example you can take a look at. We whitewash our house before Diwali. Before Diwali. So here this is a custom. Custom in the sense whenever Diwali comes, we whitewash our houses. That is a custom in our country. Look at to this structure. We, plural subject, so it takes the V1 form of the verb whitewash. Okay, next one. Third example. He goes to bed at 11 o'clock every night. That's a habit. This is the habit of this person. He goes to the bed at 11 o'clock every night. So you can call it as a repeated action also, but it is the habit of the particular person, so we can consider as a habit here. So he is a third person singular, takes the verb go plus yes or es. This is the some of the facts or the usages in which we can use the pattern of simple present tense. Next, take a look at a few more examples. It also used to show the abilities of the persons. Abilities, what the persons can do. Look at the example. She plays tennis very well. Plays tennis very well. This is the ability of the girls to play the tennis very well. And second, they dive from 300 meter. She, third person singular, so it takes plays. They, plural, so it takes a given form dive. In some cases, it also used to express some future events. But future events mostly used to express by using future tense. But sometimes simple present also used to express some future tenses. Where we can use this most probably in conditional clauses. That is called as in